to my channel. Normally I do not make videos when I'm driving home, and this is not a habit I'm trying to start, but I might just do it. I also decided not to make any videos. No, we're like creeping to this red light. Creeping. I've also decided not to make any videos from my studio until after the election, because I'm definitely going to need some self-care, whether my candidate wins or really? Okay. Whether my candidate wins or loses. So what I did today is I actually picked up all the things that I'm going to need for self-care. Well, I'm going to need the things that I'm probably going to crave when I am probably going to have, I don't know, win or lose. I feel like I'm just going to need some time to decompress and just like calm down. So I bought some things that make me feel happy. So I bought coconut milk. I know that seems like really simple, but I typically don't buy coconut milk because I'm the only person in the house that drinks it, and I don't like food to go to waste. So I bought that, but it's so I can make my my London Fog drink. It's not a latte. It's a London Fog. It's Earl Grey milk, and you can have some kind of sweetener or whatever. I typically use honey, and I put a little bit of vanilla extract, like the good stuff, in there, just a little. But oh look, it's getting dark already. It's hiding the fact that my lipstick is crooked. But anyway, I just wanted to say I'm definitely gonna dig into my self-care box. I've been keeping my self-care box going, and if you're not sure what a self-care box is, I have a video that I'll link below about what I put together for my self-care box. And then yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just do that. And self-care doesn't have to be like doing a face mask or whatever, but I bought a book that I want to read on my Kindle, and I bought a few new audiobooks so that I can listen to on the way to work. Like literally, I'm just preparing for hopefully all of my anxiety going away. Well, not all of it, you know. We're gonna keep the stuff that I don't know, that is related to the pandemic, I guess. We're going to be stuck with that for a while. So that's why I still have the self-care box. Normally I don't have a self-care box. I just decide what I want to do. Okay, now it's dark. Got it. Oh, now I'm bright. Oh, hey! Color correcting phone. Go ahead now. Anyway, so I just wanted to say some things that maybe we should keep in mind, win or lose, for this election. And it's like 3 things. I love 3s. I don't know why. My son hates odd numbers, so maybe that's why I keep odd numbers going. So number 1, be kind to yourself. Whether you voted for an individual or you tried to vote for something else, you know, like regardless of how you voted, be kind to yourself when we get these election results. And by be kind to yourself, do not beat yourself up about how the election went. Do not assume that your vote didn't count, even if your candidate didn't win. Every single vote is important, especially in local elections. And this is probably not even going to make it, because all of these social media sites are trying to, it's not really voter suppression. It's just kind of like limiting your freedom of speech on their platform. I'm not going to go into that. We're just not going to go into that. Yeah, you need to back up, boo. You in the intersection. Anyway, number 2. So number 1 was be kind to yourself. Number 2, what is your plan? Like, what's your plan? I don't mean like, if so-and-so wins, I'm leaving the country. Like, we've all said that. Some of us are serious about that, but some of us were serious about that before there was any like major political drama. So I'm just, you know, if that's legit your plan, then you need to make plans. But what I'm talking about is your short-term plan. Normally I'm talking about like 5-year plan, long-term goal. No, literally, what are you going to do if your candidate wins? What are you going to do if your candidate loses? What is your plan? Okay? And then the last thing is be kind to others. Okay? That is the main thing that is missing from this political climate. Completely missing. There is no empathy. There's not even sympathy. Like, there's none whatsoever. we've just went through probably some of the hardest 6 months that, at least for me in my lifetime, this is probably the hardest 6 months that happened, where everybody was literally going through the same thing. This is not related to like, well, I mean, a lot of people lost family members at one time, and several family members at one time. That is not natural. That's not just the thing that happens. And then we've also had to deal with social injustice, civil injustice, and things like that, and just trying to make sure that people have basic rights. All of that was happening at the same time, and it's continuing globally. This is not just an America issue. This is a global human rights issue. So, because we are all struggling with our place in the world, we really do need to work on being kind to others. Okay? So, whether that means you just don't say anything at all because you don't have anything nice to say, do that. If you just want to say something to somebody, make sure it's kind. Do not, just please do not say things that are tone deaf. Understand that if somebody's candidate loses, especially if mine, I'm not going to tell you who that is, but I'm pretty sure you can guess. But if the candidate loses, we're actually worried about several issues that affect, yourself. It affects your friends. It affects your family. It affects your ability to achieve success, and how many steps you have to add to your, to yourself, to your own views of like your own thing of what you have to do. How many extra paths do I have to take? How many extra barriers do I need to cut down? That's literally, for me, that is really what's weighing heavily on me, and not so much for myself, but for my son. So really, this is not the time to be like, haha, your people didn't win. Even if even if the other person wins, like, that's not gonna be a like, okay, haha, your person won, or your person's an idiot, so it's a good thing they didn't win. Like, that's not something that I'm gonna say, even if I think that. And I always have to add the even if I think that, because people are like, what if they are stupid? Well, that doesn't mean you have to point it out, because I'm pretty sure it's evident to anyone with a brain, which is me. I'm not going to be able to re-say that. I'm being real honest with you all. So for me, being kind is going to be me not talking. I'm not going to talk. Being kind to people who are in the same position as me, or at least have very similar views as myself, is probably going to be consolation. Like, hey, let's just, take this time for ourselves, and then maybe come up with a plan for how we can make it better. Like, that's what we have to do. And that's one of the benefits of the nation, is being able to protest and, elect our lawmakers and get them out of office when they don't do what they said they were going to do. So, and that's basically what this election is all about. This is probably one of the most important elections in my entire life. And I hope that we don't have anything as dire as this ever again. But since it's very likely, just please keep those things in mind. Be kind to yourself. Come up with your plan. What are you going to do for yourself? Win or lose. Your candidate, win or lose. What are you planning? Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I hate driving at night. And then finally, be kind to others. Empathy is so important, and the more we practice empathy, the better the world becomes. Seriously, the better the world becomes. Okay, also, the more we practice driving in our lane, the better the road is, like the safer the road is. So I'm gonna pay attention to the road now, because apparently there's a wreck up here, and now everybody wants to get over, but they don't want to look before they get over. So be safe out there, take care of yourselves, be kind to others, come up with a plan, and please know how to drive. Please just drive. Okay, that's it. Thanks for joining me.